You're live, Celine. I think you can take it.
Okay, good evening, builders, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, here we are at 8:30 on your phone or on your screen, wherever it is you're watching us from. We are broadcasting live from the Builders Baraza. And as we had promised, our segment today is Becoming a Homeowner, where we actually get a person who has built a home or who is in the process of building a home who can share their experiences with us so that we can learn, we can ask questions. We invited a very gracious lady today, somebody who has actually walked the journey and who is willing to, free of charge, give us information and share with us her experience so that we can learn, ask questions, and share. We have a good week, and I hope that your projects are coming on all right. If there are any challenges, stay on course. It shall be well. If you are having it easy, be patient. The hard part is coming. There's always a hard part in construction and a good part, as will be shortly shared by our lady tonight. Her name is Benter. Benter, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello,
Yes, yes, Benta, you're welcome to the show. And as always, I have my fundi wa mitambo, Mr. Mwangi Wi-Fi himself, controlling us from the background. Mwangi, where are you controlling us from?
I'm in Nairobi. I'm somewhere just in Nairobi hosting the show. So I hope today's show, guys, you are going to enjoy it. Yeah.
Indeed. And please speak up so that we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, so Benta, you have shared with us your pictures, and everyone loves a lot of different things in your house. I must confess, when you shared it with me, I was like, "What kind of finishing is this? It's really, really well finished. Congratulations, ma'am."
Thank you.
So I guess the first question that I will ask you is generally about this group. When did you join this group, and has it been of any help to you in your construction journey?
I think I joined around some 2 years ago. Yeah. It has
Yes.
been of help to me, yeah? Because so many ideas that I've put in my house, I got them from this group.
Ah, nice. So you imported ideas from other projects from this group, and that's a good thing. That's part of the reason why this group was shared. Have you sourced any fundis from this group?
Yeah. I'd sourced one from this group.
Ah, nice.
We can't agree, but his ideas helped me so much.
Nice. Okay, so tell us, Benta, where is your house? Where is your project? This beautiful house, where is it?
It's in Kisumu County.
Oh, nice. Is it in the city or is it in the countryside?
It's in the city.
Ah, nice.
The outskirts of the
Okay,
city.
so there's questions that I'll ask you that may be particular to
Yeah.
to the county. You say it's in Kisumu, in the city. So
Yeah.
in Kisumu city, what are some of the procedures and approvals that you have required to be able to put up this property, this building?
Actually, first of all, I got an approval from the council and the NEMA before I started the project going. I rolled the project going.
Okay, so is it a requirement by the county that before you
Yes, it
actually
is.
build a house that you get an approval from NEMA and from the county council?
Yes, it is a requirement.
Okay. So
Yeah.
viewers, if you're going to build in most of these cities, in most of these, headquarters of your counties, chances are you will require a NEMA approval. Please always check. And it is also likely that you'll require an approval from the city council. So before
Just
you
come on.
put this.
Hello. Just come again, please.
No. I was talking to the viewers and I was just sharing with them what you have said. And I'm
Yeah.
saying that before they put up any structure or any building in the cities, chances are they will require a NEMA approval and a city council approval. So I'm encouraging them to check. A lot of the things that you tell us, I will cascade to them because, this is the reason why we are here, so that we can learn from you as well. Yeah. So Benta, how big is your house? How many
My house,
bedrooms? How many bathrooms?
It is a 3-bedroom house
Mm-hmm.
with one master ensuite and a walk-in closet, open
Oh,
kitchen,
oh. Jaluo
open
itakuwa.
kitchen, a sitting room, dining, and two other bedrooms that share a common bathroom and toilet.
Oh, I see. So,
Yeah.
members, the reason why I ask how big this house is because I know a number of you are going to be asking, oh, how much have you spent so far? So, in the backdrop or the background of that question is how big the house is. And Benter says it is 3-bedroom, master ensuite with a walk-in closet, an open kitchen, a living room, and 2 bedrooms that share an adjacent toilet and bathroom. Is that so, Benter?
Yes.
Excellent. And how long has it taken you? At what stage is this project? What are you doing now?
At the moment, I'm on finishing. I was just doing the skimming. I'm here to put the tiles, but it has taken me 3 years.
Nice. So you have been building incrementally, and I will come to that. Look at that building, you guys. Look at those molds. But Mwangi, we will see the molds a bit later. I see you're showing off to us. So Benta, you are saying that you're skimming now. I may
Yeah.
understand what skimming is, but not all our viewers will understand what skimming is and why you need to skim. Do you want to share that with us?
Yeah, the skimming is it's a stage that is done after plastering. There's normally cracks on the wall. So when you skim, you fill in those cracks so that it just goes smoothly. When you apply your paint, it will not show off the cracks. That is the stage we call skimming.
Correct. So members, for those of us who may not understand what skimming is, as Benta has described, usually when you have done the plastering and you have cured it, sometimes cracks, sometimes you realize that your wall or the finish or the plaster is not like having that plastic nice fine finish, just the one just before the painting. So you skim using Benta, what are you using?
I'm using Gyprock. Actually,
Yeah.
it is Gyprock applied. Then you do sandpaper.
Yeah.
Then after that, you apply the first coat and the second coat.
Correct. So
Yeah.
members, that's what it is really. She's using gypsum powder, which is called Gyprock, and then she will sandpaper it, and then after that, the first coat, so that it just glides as she goes. Okay, so up to the stage where you're skimming, Benta, how
Yeah.
long has it been?
Sorry?
How long has it been up to skimming from the time you broke ground?
Actually, I started in November 2016.
Uh-huh.
Then I've been just doing it bit up to now.
Excellent. So you've built incrementally, right? And have you
Yes,
been the project leader all along?
yes, I am.
Tell us about that. What has your experience been as a project leader? What are the challenges of supervising your own project?
It's very tough because the fund is actually for a female builder.
Yeah.
They always look down upon ladies and they always assume that ladies don't know anything. So even if they're doing something wrong, if you rectify, they say, no, what do you know? It's me who knows what I'm doing. But actually, the end result sometimes will not come out well as you wanted. So those are the challenges. That
Yeah.
is one. Then there are others that you cannot even move because there's so much theft in the site actually.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's theft. How are you dealing with the theft on site?
It's so challenging. At times you might not even know that they're taking something, but you'll just realize something is missing, especially tools. And
Mm.
that is the challenge, and then the wastefulness of
So
material.
there's wastefulness, they're wasting material. How are you
Yeah,
controlling that?
actually, when I'm on site throughout, then I'll make sure whatever they've used for the day, they must use all of it. Like at times, for
Yeah.
instance, when they're applying Miro, they would even
Yes.
put it at set. Then when you're not there, they'll either throw it away or you'll just find it in those containers lying over there. So I make
I
sure
know.
whatever they were actually supposed to use for the day, they've consumed it all.
I see. Builders, especially those who are not experienced at building, Nero is when now you do the final smoothing with cement and water on your wall. You know, the final one before you actually, apply the gyprock, the skimming. And Benter is saying that part of the challenges is that there's a lot of wastes. They mix it and then they throw it away or they leave it to dry in the tins. There is theft from site. And she's also saying that she's getting a lot of pushback. Benter, tell us how you're dealing with the pushback from the fundis. When they think that you're female, they think that you're female and you therefore you don't know. Huh?
I do fire and get another fundi to continue.
Okay, Aline, I think maybe I have a question. Maybe this is one of the questions that one of our viewers is asking. This is really Nyanchams anauliza mafundi walikuosha kwa sababu hii inakaa ndio main challenge kwa watu wengine wenye wana comment. Anauliza kama mafundi wako waliweza kuosha. I think what she means is if your fundi maybe stole something from you or something. And so yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a viewer who's asking, ati mafundi walikuosha. Like, have you ever been, did the fundi steal from you?
They do, they actually overquote so that at the end of it, even if you go to a shopping center or even if you go to a toilet, they'll have a way of getting away with maybe the leftovers.
And how are you controlling that? I think is even more important.
How I'm controlling, I would shop around and go for different quotations from other fundis before I settle on one. So I don't let them buy them. So if they tell me I should buy 500 running feet, I would buy 300 running feet. So I buy less.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything that they quote, I would buy less but I keep the money so that when it is not enough, I'll just get it again.
I see. So when they give you a quote, you get money for the quote that they've given you, but when you source and you're sourcing yourself, you source less than they asked, and then if there is need, you buy more.
Exactly.
Because you have noticed that fundis overquote. This is what
They
you're saying.
Overquote. So when I shop myself, when they give me like 500, I will buy less 500, but I keep that money. So
I see.
If they need, I'll add the materials.
I see. Okay. Benter, back to the materials that have gone into your finishing. I realize that not many people do skimming. So that when they paint, you can actually see a crack through the paint. Sometimes the wall is not too straight; it doesn't have that nice plastic look finish. And why did you see the need to use? Okay, maybe my question is a bit like I'm going over it too many times. What I want to ask: how did you choose gyprock or other gypsum finish materials?
Actually, I love it so much because it sticks like a gum. So whenever you use it, you will not see any crack anymore. Yeah.
And Benter, tell me, around finishing, the cement that you use for finish, what cement did you use? What cement brand did you use for finishing? Did it matter?
I've been using Bamburi Tembo almost throughout.
I see. How did you choose Tembo? Why did you not go for Nguvu?
Okay, the fundi used to tell me, fundis are telling me Smitten is Smitten, it's just brand or the name. But I don't see any much difference. So I've just been using Bamburi Tembo.
Okay. All right. And anyway, sometimes there was a brand cement in the market that said that, they have the white finish so that you use less paint. But I guess for you, it wouldn't really matter because you're going to be skimming anyway, right? So it would be applicable to perhaps people who are not skimming. Benter, tell us, what have you put in the sinks and baths?
No, not yet. I'm yet to come to that stage. I've only put the ceiling board and the skimming. I'm yet to come to the fitting, the fitting of the house.
Yeah, but obviously the piping for wiring has been done.
Yeah, the piping, the wiring, the plumbing workers, the basic plumbing has been done. It's now just the fixing the sinks and those other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me, is there any material or brand of material that you bought up to this stage from the time you started building? Up to this stage, is there a material or a brand that you bought that you regret having bought, that you don't think was a good idea?
Not really, because I was doing my research before buying. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think anything because I was doing my research or asking the food is the best one. So I would always go for what I wanted, which was
Excellent.
good.
So really, viewers, what Benter is saying is that she has few regrets as far as choice of material and brands is concerned because she checked. Please, guys, before you build a house, and I'm speaking to you as somebody who has taken part in that activity of building, before you build a house, ask around, get more than one quote, go to the hardware near where you're building, and just check the price of things and bargain, because building, if you can save 10 shillings on a bag of cement, it adds up. It adds up. So try as much as possible to do your research so that you are like Benter and not regret any choices of material or brands when you build. Now, Benter, tell me, what choices of roofing did you have when it was time to roof? What choices did you have?
Actually, I wanted to put a decra, but it was so expensive I could not afford. So I wanted a finish like a tile sort of. So I went for Oriental.
I see. So you went for Mabati. You had
I wanted a tile finish. I could not afford the decra, so I sorted out myself with going for an Oriental.
Okay, the Oriental is a product of Mabati, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what other choices did you have other than, if you were keen on the tile finish, which I see you have achieved so well, what other choices did you have between Decra, then there was Oriental? Was there any other in the market?
No, I was only just for those ones. My dream was just to have a tile finish house.
I see. Okay, and why did you want a tile finish house? Why was that important to you?
It is modern anyway. That's why I wanted. It looks
I do agree.
modern.
It looks more modern. It looks nice. And anyway, for water collection, perhaps, that is a good idea.
Safe for water drinking, clean water, that is.
Yeah. And how did you choose the color? What things went into your choice of color? I see gray.
I love something grayish, or they call it charcoal gray. So I'd actually fixed my mind. I wanted that charcoal gray color.
So it was just for the appeal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how about walling? Or tiling? Let's talk about tiling. Have you tiled?
I'm about to do it.
But that means your research is complete, right?
I'm going on with my research. In fact, it is the most difficult part in building, the choosing of tiles.
Yeah, tell us about that. What are some challenges you're facing in choosing tiles?
The challenge I'm facing is there are so many tiles in the market, and everybody claims theirs are the best. So you get confused. If you go to Goodwill, they'll tell you ours is the best. If you go to Typhoid, they will tell you the same. There's Indian tiles, there are Egyptian style, there are so many tiles in the market anyway.
So what will determine the one you go for?
I love the tile that will go well with all my fabrics, the ones that I put in the house. A tile that will not give you just a plain color.
Okay, so color for you is a big deal, and it is going to be the top reason you're considering when you choose tiles?
Yeah, color to me is a big deal because I want a color that you can play with so many other colors.
I agree with you, because then it
So I'm
enhances,
not
because
going
they are permanent.
anything patterned. It just has to be plain.
It needs to be plain, because then it lends itself to a lot of decor ideas in now and in the future, right?
Exactly.
I see. Does the source of tiles, where it's made, matter to you?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and your lighting is getting poorer. I hope I don't lose you. That's better now. What's
Yeah.
happening? Yeah. Tell me, is there anything else you consider? Does the source where the tiles are made matter to you?
Yeah, it really matters because this is my dream house and I want something of quality.
Yes.
So I would want the best.
So which tiles from which country are you considering the best, to be the best?
Okay. Uh, my research, they tell me Sage ceramic has the best finish. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
yet to shop around and get what I want. So I
I
would
see.
either go for that
Mm-hmm.
or a bit of some Indian tiles. They also look fancy and good.
Okay. So builders, what Benter is saying is that there's various things that you consider, and people consider different things when they are choosing tiles. And it is a because different rooms might need different tiles. You may want to choose a tile that lends itself to interior decor changes over time. Where they come from does matter, because there is a durability aspect, there's a size aspect, there is a guarantee aspect, So when you're choosing tiles, there are a lot of things to go in. So take time. Thankfully, with tiles, you can begin to choose even from the time that you're laying your foundation. You can already begin to do the math and make choices and visit. Yeah. So Benter, you said that you built incrementally, right? You build over time. You're still building over time, right?
Yeah.
So tell us, what are the benefits of building over time?
Okay, the benefits are I do it at my own pace because I financed it myself. There's no financer like taking a loan or something. So I do it on stages, but I make sure I save for whatever I want to do.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not in a hurry, but actually it is so tough. So
It
it's
is.
only the advantage is you do it at your own pace and nobody pushes you to do it. So when I've saved enough for maybe I want to do the skimming, I start the skimming. After skimming, I'll move to the next step.
I see. So,
Yeah,
so for you, the fact that you're doing it at your own pace and that you're not taking a loan, rather you're saving for what you want to do, are some of the benefits of building incrementally, right?
exactly.
So, Benta, think about a house up to where you are. If I were to build incrementally and you were to help me with stages, for instance, you know
Yeah,
how you can do the foundation and then you wait, and then you do the wall and then you wait, like that, right?
yeah,
What would
yeah.
you recommend? What is the most doable, the most practicable for somebody who is saving money and who is
Yeah.
not taking a loan to build? What would you advise them?
Actually, building is a process, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, for me, how I started is I took 1 year to put down the materials that made me start the foundation and the walling. So it took me 1 year to buy those materials, and I assembled them at the site. So when I
Yes,
started, I only looked for some little money to start for around 120,000. So I started off with that. So from there, when my money was finished, I took a break and I saved again. So it is a process that even if you save 1 million, it cannot take you far if you want a good house. So you start with the little money that you have, even if it is 10,000 shillings, that
mm-hmm.
10,000 can take you somewhere. That is how I
This is
did mine.
it. Excellent. Building, guys, what Benta is saying from her own experience is any amount of money that you have, you can start with. You can start by putting materials on site. You can start by buying small things, because whatever you have done, you will not go back. Look at that interior. Very, very beautiful. Mangi is showing off. So Benta, so if I were to divide the house, say, into four, from foundation to finishing, or say into five, what are the
Yeah.
stages? Nijenge wapi nipumzike? Nijenge wapi tena nipumzike?
Okay. Mine, I started from the foundation, and I rested for about 3 weeks. Hello? I rested for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Then I started the walling up to the window stage, and I rested again. Then I took it up to the linton. Then after that, I rested until I bought all the materials that required for the roofing. Then I made sure I bought all the timber that was required. I was buying mabati in bits. Even if I get 2, I would pay it at the shop where I was buying my materials until I got the quotation that I wanted. So it took me like another 6 months sourcing for the roof. So I made sure I bought everything down. Then I looked for money for the labor. Then after that, I started again. So when the roof was up, I rested again, and I started plastering after some times. Then before plastering, actually, there's basic wiring and the basic plumbing. Then before plastering, I did the major wiring. Then they did the plastering. After that, actually before that there were windows. Windows came before the roof actually. So I was welding my windows at the sizes that I wanted. Then I did my roof. Then I came to the fitting of wiring and the plumbing, basic plumbing. Then I took a rest. After some times, after plastering, now I started doing the skimming and those other stuff. So actually, I'm doing skimming. I'm almost finished. I've finished skimming. And before that, I did my ceiling board, which I used the gypsum. So I've just been doing them in stages, actually. So now I'm remaining with the tiling and the fitting of the sinks, building of the wardrobes, and those other stuff.
Yeah. So really, builders, the reason I'm asking Benter these questions is for our benefit, really. We are saying that there are some stages of building that you can do and rest. Take a rest. When money is finished or you're fatigued financially, take a rest. But then there are stages that you must prepare for fully before you start. Like roofing, if you buy timber and put timber up before you buy the material for covering, like in this case, she used the tile, what did you call it?
Oriental.
If you put the roof, the timber up, and then it begins to rain for a month and you haven't put up the oriental, that timber will rot. Except in this age and era, thankfully, we have the light gauge, steel, so you can put it up and it can, while you look for this other material, it can actually be up because it is weatherproof. It will not rot. But if you're using timber, ladies and gentlemen, please prepare timber and the mabati for covering before you call the fundi, because if that timber stays up there for long, even if it's not raining, it's not going to be in a good state by the time you're putting up the roof. But find a way to rest when you need a rest. Hakuna mbio, si kifo. All right, it's your project. Benter, we are going towards the end, and I wanted to ask you, which has been the most complicated or costly part of your building up to now?
It's fitting.
Huh?
The fitting part of it is very costly.
Which fitting?
The finishing part of it is very costly because when you anticipate maybe you're going to use 200,000, the fundi will tell you he'll just start the work and so add this. This one is not enough until maybe you end up using even 300,000.
I know. Fundis, please, you're watching. I know you're watching us. Don't underquote for project owners so that they can start building. Be honest and tell them how much they need, because I know what you do. You actually underquote ndio mtu aone ataweza, alafu akishaanza mtamwambia aongeze vitu. Tabia mbaya. That is not nice. Please help people estimate the quantity right. Yeah. So the question that everybody is asking Benter, up to the point that you're skimming, how much money have you used in Kisumu City?
I've used roughly around 2.8.
So, ladies and gentlemen, she has done the piping for wiring. She has not done the baths and sinks, but she's doing skimming and she has done very strong. And obviously, she has done the molding on the outside that you have seen. The roofing is done, and she has used 2.8 million shillings. What is the estimated finish cost, Benter?
The estimated cost will be around 3.8 for 4 million when I've finished with all the fittings.
Yeah, I thought as much, Benter. I'm glad I can estimate right. So, guys, it's going to come to about 4, you said 4.2.
Around 4.2 million, because fitting is the most expensive part. It consumes a lot of money, more than building a house.
Exactly. So, guys, when they say in finishing ndio mahali utalia, ni kweli, you're hearing it from a builder. She is saying that so far, the house, as you see it, she has already spent 2.8, but she thinks she's going to spend 4.2. Hapo kwa kumalizia nyumba ndio huwa ngoma. So get ready, borrow if you must. If you need to take a rest after the superstructure, but do a good job. I'm sure you will. So, Benter, do you think, I know we have spoken about this, but are there any unique challenges that are unique to women project owners, female builders?
Yeah, there are so many challenges.
Yeah.
Because even up to now, men do not accept that women can do something on their own. You take a fundi to the site, he asks you, where is, it's like maybe a woman cannot do it. So they don't give us that respect that we can also do it and supervise it on our own.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. You're right. So, fundis, hello. Times have changed. Women are owning projects and supervising them themselves, and they know what they want. They know what they need. They're financing it. So please sit up and look out for the female or project owner or project leads, because they are coming in big numbers. So Benter, one of my final questions. A lot of people think that once the house is up, that is it. Umemaliza unaenda. Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Next
it
steps,
is not true.
Yeah.
Actually, building, when you've experienced one like I have now, I can now build so many other houses because I know the tricks of where I can cut cost. So building any other house to me is not any big deal, so long as I plan and have money. And maintenance, and even there are some renovations that you can do with time. As time changes, there are so many other things that you can see in somebody's house that you may need, and you can maybe do a facelift of your house. So it does not stop there.
It doesn't stop there. So Benter, you're saying, sorry. Sorry. So Benter, you're saying, actually, this is my last question, that if you were to build another, sorry?
Hello?
If you were to build another house, you're saying you would know where to cut costs. Please help our potential builders.
Exactly.
Where
Now I know all the tricks, and I know where I can cut cost.
Please tell them where they can cut costs, kindly.
You see, like, let's say if you have a plan, most of us would go for a plan, but when it comes to implementation, the plan does not fit really what you want. Like if somebody is seeing those pictures, then there's somewhere that there's some sort of the roof had to change the veranda from the initial plan. So you must make sure before you start, you must get exactly what you want so that you don't regret in future. And secondly, you must go for a good fundi that will give you exactly what you want. There's some fundis that just do very shady job that you will end up redoing it again. So that one is cement, and those other stuff gone, you paid him again, you will pull it down and do it again. So make sure you get the right fundi for the right job.
The right fundi for the right job. Important. Builders, there are people, there are fundis who do everything. They'll do roofing, they'll do plumbing, they will do tiling, they will do fittings. My friend, be sure that they can actually do it. Make sure you get the right fundi for the right job, because then na kudemolish na kujenga tena. Yeah, so this is what Benter is saying. Yeah, Benter, I was going to ask you your source of funding, but as we spoke, I realized that you have been saving money, and you've been saving money, taking a rest, and then going to the next stage. Or is that not the case?
Yeah, that is what I've been doing. Actually, what I do is, if I'm in a stage of walling, I make sure I buy cement almost that will take me through. So I only look for money for funding. So when it's finished, I rest there and I save again for the next stage. That is what I've been doing.
I see. So builders, it is actually possible to save money to build a house of your dreams. If you don't want to take a loan, or you don't have much money on you, do it over time. Benter has done hers, beautiful as it is, since 2016. There is no hurry. Cut down on something and save money and get the house of your dreams. If you need to change something, do. Benter has done so with her veranda. Benter, a lot of people have been asking about the fundi who did the moldings for you. You know, the ones on at the corner and on the window. Everyone is wowed by that work. I don't know if you want to share here, or if you want to later on reach out so that you can. I don't know what you want to do. How would you like to handle that?
The fundi who did my molding, I asked a contractor who is a friend if he knew of anybody who can do it. Then he told me he has a fundi whom he has been working with. So I only realized the fundi was coming from Tanzania. So when he gave me the number, I called the guy and he responded. So he came over, he saw the house, we agreed on the cost, and he did it in 1 week's time.
In 1 week's time, he had done everything, the corners and the cornices of the top.
Actually, he came alone, but when we agreed on the cost, he called his friend, the one they work with, and now there were two fundis, so they did it in 1 week because he had some work to do over there again.
Excellent. So members, if you want to do this, to get this contact, please make a note on that thread, so that we might be able to share. I will talk to Benter to see if she really does want to share that contact, and then we'll be able to share it with you, because keeping it to ourselves does not help us at all. But then we have to honor and be respectful to the relationship that our interviewee has with the fundi, so we'll be able to share as we get it. And I don't know if Mwangi, you have something else to add or to ask, because my areas of information are done. Is there anything from your end?
Okay, maybe I want to sample about some of the feedback we are getting from the comments, and you'll be able to see on the screen. I can't quite tell who is commenting, but I can see the message which I'm sharing on the screen. We have a lot of people congratulating you on your success journey of becoming a homeowner, and we have one of them is saying she's learning a lot since she's about also to start her 4-bedroom house at Kangundo. Voila. We have another one, congratulations, Mama. And then we have someone commenting about the time when we are talking about tiles. So kuna huyu mwenye anasema, as usual Kenyans choose cheaper tiles, but I suggest you choose tiles by quality. Tiles fade with time. Others are they don't get clean during washing, especially of Chinese. So someone else is loving that you are building incrementally. I think given her some hope also for her. Then we have someone else is saying, yes, at her own pace. I like that. Can be stressful with loans. So I think, Saline, that's all I have for now for even the comments. So maybe the one last one, someone is saying, this is quite encouraging. I'm stuck at roofing, but I know I will make it in due time.
Of course,
So
you will make it in due time. You will make it
yeah,
in due time. Keep the
yeah,
faith, keep saving. It
yeah.
shall
There's
be
someone
well.
else. Yeah, I think you mentioned about the light gauge steel. So someone is commenting and asking, I would like to know more about the light gauge steel. I would like to know if one can have a high natural ceiling. So I think I can answer this to the user that whatever you have written is possible, and maybe you can also follow some other threads you've been making about light gauge steel later in the group. Yeah, that will be all from my side, Celine. So I think
Yeah. So builders, if you're looking for the new technology, which is the light gauge steel, it is to be the new way forward given the restrictions in timber purchase and distribution, in availability and cost. Go for the light gauge steel. Tile and carpet has one right now called Top Frame. It is now selling in the market. Take to them your roof structure. They will give you a quote. If you need them to build for you trusses and deliver to your site, they will be able to do that, but they'll give you a quote free of charge. Indeed, they're Kenya, and yes, you can get them and pay for them, and they will get delivered to your site. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has taken longer than we had thought. Benter's story is a beautiful one. I encourage you to keep building. Build incrementally if you must. If you want to take a loan, go ahead and do it, but build anyway. This is the reason you're called with God, because God created nature, but you can create your own houses. I take this opportunity to congratulate Benter, not just for the dream, but for the work and the results, and for accepting to share with us. Mama, thank you very much, and God bless you. Keep building, and please invite us for the home warming, because I think it's a very, very beautiful one. Thank you for showing up. A good rest of the week, builders. God bless you, and keep building. Have a good evening. Bye.
yes.
Bye.
Bye.